Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Drizzy RNS. I'm gonna be casting a game today. It's gonna be a pro game. Like, I know I usually don't do that shit, but joining these guys, they're gonna let me cast on the website and stuff. Maybe get my like expand my horizons and shit. Let everyone know who RNSstarcraft is and get our name out. So it's gonna be a pro game. It's gonna be EGIdrA versus FnaticFenix. It's a ZvT. The game was taken from the EG. I think it's like the Series Cup, Master Series Cup or something like that. And so EG, which is Evil Geniuses, which is the team IDRA and Controlla and all are on. They hosted this tournament, so should be pretty good. And just a little quick thing about the players. IDRA is ranked 5 in his Master League. I don't think he is Grandmaster because I looked up the stats yesterday, I think. And the reason for that, I think, is because he's not really doing that many what's it called not so much laddering lately, but he's playing more tournaments because he was at MLG and stuff like that. And I think he was also at DreamHack or whatever it was. So yeah, and then FnaticFenix is actually ranked 47 in his Grandmaster League in Europe, and IDRA and Fnatic are both ranked in the European League. It's just FnaticFenix is in what's called Grandmaster, rank 47. So without further ado, let's get the game started in 3, 2, 1. Alright, we're going to start off here. The map is going to be Shattered Temple. We're going to have EG's IDRA in the bottom corner at the 6 o'clock position. So, as the greens are, and we're going to have Fnatic's Phoenix. His name is Phoenix, but his clan is Fnatic. He's going to be the blue Charon spawning up here at the 9 o'clock position. So, it's going to be a classic ZvT. Let's get all the stuff up here now. Something about this matchup, usually, lately, what I've been doing in my ZvT matchups, as you all know, I play Zerg, is that, I go with the Muta, Infestor, Sling Bling combo, which is Mutalisks, Infestors, Speedlings, and Banelings. I kind of do the Spinishua build now, because that actually gets my economy going really well, and like after you get all 4 your gases, and it takes like, and you start mining out of them and stuff, your economy just like boosts a shit ton, and you just get like so much minerals, you get so much gas, you can actually afford to take an in-base hatch like really early in the game and stuff, because you need to start spending all those minerals. So I use that, and it helps me get out of my infestors and shit a lot easier. So yeah, and I did change my graphics on the computer a little bit. I'm trying to mess around to see how I can work it to make good graphics pop up, but not have the lag that I usually do. So I'm trying to test out new stuff. And one thing I want to mention about the map, right here they have the supply depot lowered at the bottom of both players' ramps, and the reason for that is because it's the MLG map. And let me pause for a second. It is the MLG map, so what they do is they put that there so players can't block off the ramp from the bottom. Like Protoss players will put a pylon here and a pylon there, and they'll block off Zerg players from getting to their natural. Or Terran will do like a bunker block, and you can pretty much do it to any race like besides Zerg, but it really is effective on Zerg and stuff, stopping them from either A, expanding, or B, getting to their expansion, so you can pick it off really easily. So I'm going to start the game up again. IDRA is going for his 15 hatch, and I'm thinking he might do a 15 pool as well, since he did build another drone after that. So he's going for the 15 hatch, 15 pool build, which is pretty popular now, to go hatch first and stuff. It's not really good to do hatch first against a Zerg player if you're a Zerg player, but it's good to do it against Protoss and Terran. Now there is going to be the 15 pool going down right there, so he's going pretty standard today. No all-ins or anything as far as I can tell right now. The Terran player did get his gas already, so it is pretty standard. The Overlord is going to see all that. He's going to see the timing of the gas. He's going to see those barracks and everything. Now the SCV is trying to take down this little the spawning pool at the time. So basically, I'm going to get back to talking about the map. The map is Shattered Temple, as we said before, and for those of you, pretty much everybody knows it by now because the end of the second season is coming up, but they did change this. This is a newer version of Lost Temple. They had kind of like a cliff in this area here where my cube is, and like players, it pretty much favored Terran players because they could just drop tanks up here, take out the natural of their opponents. Now, there is a Marine coming up here. I'm curious to see whether Phoenix will do a little bunker push here, but I doubt it. There's drones, a great control from IDRA. He's trying to take out the Marine, and but I think the Marine will live. He is going to get down to about I'm getting 15 HP or something like that. IGIdrA is going to start mining out of his expansion. He's going to start building a couple links to deal with this little harassment as of right now. Then pretty much, yeah, he's getting his 2 queens, pretty standard right now. There is a factory coming up for our Terra player, so I'm guessing he's going the 1-1-1 build, which is what it looks like, because he's taking the gas about the same time he's getting his factory. So he's not doing any 2 racks or 3 racks or any 2 racks fast expand or 1 racks fast expand. He's going for the 1-1-1, or as Husky likes to call it, the Destiny Cloudfest build. He can get some early Hellions out, maybe get a couple siege tanks or something, do a little siege marine push maybe. IGIdrA is getting his metabolic boost while the Terran player is getting his starport, so he might try some Banshee harass, some early Banshee harass, that is. And so we might see some cloaked Banshee play right now from our Terran player, which is pretty effective. He is getting a tech lab. I want to see where he's getting it on his factory, so he may get some siege tanks. Pretty decent push coming out here, or a little harassment coming out here from Phoenix. IGIdrA will get the spine crawler up in time. He is building 4 links, so he will be able to hold this off pretty well if he controls right. But the Hellion may do a lot of damage if it's not kept in check. The spine crawler is going to take a couple of hits at that. Spine crawler is trying to like poke out these Marines, and 2 Marines are pretty low on health right now at this point, but these queens are probably going to come up and finish this up. He does need more links. He's forced to build a bunch of links right now just because of this push, which is going to stop him from droning up. This Overlord is probably going to go down. There it does. IGIdrA is close to getting supply blocks. He's at 35-36, so he is going to have to build another Overlord. So you can see how somewhat cost-effective this push is being. He's forcing IGIdrA to build a lot of links instead of droning up. He's forcing him to get Overlords. He did take out a couple of drones, so he has IGIdrA to rebuild those drones. Layer tech is coming up for IGIdrA, while a command center is coming up for a Terran player. There is a tech lab on the starport, which is pumping out a Banshee right now with cloaking, so there is going to be some Banshee play right now. These Zerglings are going to come up, see if they can get into this base, but I doubt it. There are no units right now for Phoenix, but his economy is doing pretty well, 25 SCVs and 1 mule to about 27 drones, but that mule does help a lot. So around Phoenix is doing pretty well. These Zerglings are going to come up and try and attack this, but Phoenix is doing pretty well. 2 SCVs on each supply depot, healing it as well as they can. I don't think the Zerglings are going to get into this base. A reactor is being built on the factory, so we might go for some Hellions coming out, maybe do some harassment on the ground while the Banshees take over the air. The command center is almost done, and another barracks is almost finished up, so we're going to see good amount of units pumping out now. Aspire is coming up for our Zerg player. I want to see if he does know about that. He does not know about the starport here, so he is going to be in kind of a tough position of those Banshees. But the Banshee, oh, whoa, my bad, guys. The Banshee is already in the base. He is doing some havoc here. Let's see the units lost tab. Let's keep track of this. The Zerg, it is favoring the Terran player at this point, but there is an Overseer right here, so these queens will be able to take out this Banshee fairly easily right now. Spires is about halfway done. Once that Spire comes up and those Mutalisks pop up, the Banshees will be pretty much worthless because IGIdrA will get these Overseers. Now, the Banshee is doing a lot more harassment at this point. He is, oh wow, 825 resources lost for for the Zerg player, while there's only 400 for the Terran player. But yeah, he needs to keep this Banshee alive. He can't like risk losing this because he only has 2 at this point. There's another one doing damage here. That one goes down. We'll see if this one goes down. It only has 4 HP, and that Queen does manage to take it out. So good job from IGIdrA keeping his head, not building a bunch of queens at the time, because that's what I do. I mean, I get so panicky. I'll be like, oh crap, I need to build a bunch of queens and crap. So it's good for IGIdrA. He's getting a Spire is done right now. We'll go back to the production tab. So Stim is on the way for our Terran player. Plus a Viking is about to pop out. Maybe do a little scouting. Maybe take out some unsuspecting Overlords. And a tech lab on the whoa, I don't know where that tech lab just finished, but it probably finished on something. Probably, I don't know, but there is a bunker coming out. The Terran player has expanded. Plus 1 air fire attack for our Zerg player is being researched. 3 Mutalisks are on the way. We do have a couple of missile turrets because the Terran player does indeed know about the Spire. So yeah, the supply is pretty much even. It's about 59 to 54 supply. The Terran player is supply blocked, so he will have to build a supply depot, which is already almost done. So he noticed it beforehand. I think EGIdrA is attacking these gold expansion rocks, so he's gonna take his third pretty soon. His creep spread is doing pretty well right now. It's on mark. He is gonna put a creep over there and a creep over there, so he's doing really well. These couple of mutalisks start to come here, maybe do a little bit of harassment, take out that SCV that's moving around the map. Will they take it? Yeah, they'll probably take it out, clean that up. There's an overseer coming in here. Does it have? It has enough energy to use its contaminant, so he's gonna stop up. Oh, he does use contaminant on that factory. He's gonna stop the siege tanks from coming out. The Terran player does not have siege mode research yet, so he's probably gonna get on that pretty soon. Stim pack is almost done. 4 Marines about to pop off. Another barracks is being completed right now as we speak, or as I speak. Siege mode is just now being researched. The +1 attack for these mutalisks will come in handy pretty soon. I mean, it's gonna kick in pretty soon in about like 30 seconds, 40 seconds or so, while these mutalisks are gonna start harassing this base here. Now the army for the Terran player is moving out. Let's check the unit tab pretty quick. 22 Marines, 2 Medivacs versus 11 Mutas and 11 Lings. Is our EGIdrA is building about 12 more Lings and another Mutalisk. These Lings and the Mutalisks will probably be able to keep clean this area up, but you do not want the Mutalisks to engage this alone, because the Marines with the Stim and Medivacs are pretty deadly. So EGIdrA is going to come up here, try to clean this up, while these Zerglings are going to sandwich all of these units here. I'm guessing EGIdrA is going to clean all this up really easily. He didn't. I don't think he lost that many units. Yeah. Now it's pretty much EGIdrA has evened up the resources lost tab right now. The Terran player is going heavy on all these upgrades and whatnot. He's getting the siege tank upgrade, which just completed, combat shield, another siege tank, getting an armory to deal with those mutalisks, maybe get some Thors out, getting another factory that just completed, getting a missile turret in here, trying to like get some static defense, maybe hope to ward off these mutalisks. But these mutalisks, man, they're doing a lot of damage right now. They're just poking in. These Zerglings are going to try to come up here, but are going to get taken out by that siege tank. I think really quick, what I like to do when I'm just going to pause because I think there's going to be more action. What I like to do is if there's siege tanks, a bunch of them, I like to just send the Zerglings right in the midst of all the units, so the siege tanks will shoot, but they'll do a lot of damage to their own units because of that splash damage and the friendly fire. So that helps a lot, and that can do a lot of damage to the Terran player with using his own units. So these Marines are here going to get cleaned up. They do not have any upgrades so far, and +1 has just started. +1 attack for the ground for the Marines have just started. The Mutalisks do have +1 attack already, and centrifugal hooks, which is a Baneling speed upgrade, is being researched, so we are going to see some Banelings up in here, most definitely. Now let me just check how many Mutalisks he has. He does have 13 Mutalisks on the field, and they're doing a lot of damage. I mean, they're pretty much cleaning up all these Marines and whatnot. A siege tank probably going to get sniped. Oh, nope, EGIdrA lets it go. But he is taking out all those SCVs. When you see, if you're a Zerg player and you see missile turret being built, do not target the missile turret. Target the SCV building it. As with any building you see, I mean, everybody pretty much knows that, but some of you bronze guys or maybe even silver guys may not know that, or some guys that are just starting to play StarCraft may not know that, so I'm just helping you out. A bunch of these add-ons are being destroyed here by EGIdrA. Here we have Phoenix building another barracks right here. He does have a command center almost done. Phoenix is supply blocked right now. He just built his another supply depot. 2 Thors are about to pop off in about 10 seconds, so that may hold off these Mutalisks unless EGIdrA gets the whole magic box thing going. And we do have the command center just finishing up. Thors about to pop off here. The Thors are going to start taking out these Mutalisks. EGIdRA's forced to move out because he does not want to lose these. He is ahead in this unit resource loss by about 1,400, which is a good thing, seeing as though he was actually losing in that count a while ago. 2 barracks about to pop up. Orbital command being built here. Another command center being built, even though he hasn't actually used this one for expansion, but he is building the orbital command, so I mean, you gotta give him some slack. +1 melee attack for our Zerglings, or Zerg ground units coming up. These 2 Thors here are going to prevent any Mutalisks poking in from there. Mutalisks could come around here because there isn't any anti-air in this area, but he could snipe that command center or these tanks or whatnot. +1 armor for our Terran player coming up. Combat shield is going to have to be re-researched because I think he destroyed one of the add-ons that was building it there. +2 attack for our Mutalisks are coming up. I mean, EGIdRA, man, I mean, it looked like he was about to lose in the beginning because of all the advanced shares, but he held it off, got those overseers, got Mutalisks out, and he's putting himself back in the game. And he is getting his gold expansion underway. And I mean, he's doing work. I'm not gonna lie, he's doing his thing. So the Terran player is building a couple of missile turrets. I think that he's building one right there. This Thor will try to take that out, but that magic box thing that IGIdra's got going on, he's just gonna get on top of the Thor, and it's not gonna do that much damage. Does take out one Thor, 8 Zerglings on the way, 4 more Mutalisks on the way. The Mutalisk air attack is about halfway done. The Zergling melee attack level 1 is almost done. Sorry, I'm moving around a lot. This command center is almost done, and he is destroying these rocks here, so he's probably going to move the command center one up here and maybe destroy these, take the gold expansion, maybe take 2 at a time. While IGIDRA, noticing that there is a push coming right now, is going to take another expansion. So, I mean, IGIDRA's on top of his macro, he's on top of his units. The supply count does favor IGIDRA by about 30 supply. As I said earlier, the Terran player is going to destroy these rocks to maybe take another expansion. There is a missile turret coming up right here. This orbital command is going to fly over here, and some people ask why Terran players build orbital commands before they lift it off. It's because it saves up energy. Like, you build the orbital command and then you can lift off and move it, and basically you get like maybe a little bit more energy, so you can immediately drop a mule or something right as you land your base. So it helps there. These mules are going to start harassing. That supply depot barely got completed, but it's not quite done yet. I hope he does go back and destroy it. Maybe get supply block the Terran again, but the Terran player is just kind of overwhelmed right now, just because all of this harass. He is really low in supply right now, compared to the Zerg player. He is supply blocked again. I mean, IGIDRA is just killing it right now. IGIDRA's pretty much lost, like, his units lost is like pretty much half for IGIDRA. He does have a lot of Mutalisks out in the field. 24 Mutalisks, 24 Zerglings, 8 Banelings, to 3 tanks, 36 Marines, and 1 Thor. I mean, those Marines could easily get cleaned up by these Banelings right now. And 12 Banelings are actually on the way. So the IGIDRA is doing really well. +2 attack is coming up for our Terran player, and the +1 weapons, which is going to help the vehicle, which is going to help our Thors and our siege tanks. So note that. Medevac coming up, another factory coming up, maybe build some more Thors. There is the Hive coming up. He does have the Infestor pathogen glands, which pretty much means it increases the starting energy of Infestors. And people ask, why would you need that? Well, basically, as soon as Infestors pop off, they can fungal growth. So it's kind of like the Kyderian amulet, only less cheap. I'm just kidding. That's a little joke for you guys. Now, IGIDRA is getting a good amount of static defense here. Does not want to lose that expansion. The gold expansion is doing really well. It could be a little bit more saturated, but hey, I'm not a pro player, so I'm not going to insult or criticize IGIDRA. The Terran army is moving out. Got a pretty good army. 4 Infestors are on the way. 18 Zerglings are on the way. IGIDRA is going to poke in here, but he's going to decide not to attack. The siege tanks are on siege. There's 5 siege tanks on the field, 44 Marines, and 1 Thor. He's going to scan to kill all these creeper ones, but there are 30 Mutalisks on the field. Most of them are coming up from the other side, so he's going to like get a good flank going on. The Banelings are going to take out all the Marines. IGIDRA just going to clean up this army, and Phoenix does GG, making IGIDRA the winner of this match. Congratulations to IGIDRA. He did hold that Banshee harass off really well. I mean, honestly, that was great play from IGIDRA, getting his macro back up. Just going with it. I mean, you can see here he's taking his 5th base there. I mean, honestly, keeping the harassment up with those Mutalisks, that was perfect harass right there. I mean, he had the Terran player pretty much scrambling everywhere, like the Terran player would move here, but then IGIDRA would attack here again, then he'd have to move there, and he just switch her. I mean, honestly, that's the power of Mutalisks, man. You gotta get those Mutalisks and harass. So, good job to IGIDRA for winning the game, and just because I casted this pro game, don't think that I'm not gonna cast any of your guys' games. So please send in any games that you have. Send in pro games, send in your games to drizzyreplays@gmail.com. The info for that is going to be in the description, and it's also on my channel. So please subscribe, please help us out, and I'll let you guys know which website I'll be casting and live streaming on. So that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, send me your replays, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Namaste.